enables. Daphne presents Quiz on the Beach.
Hello and a warm welcome to each and every one of you. You're with me, Pig Brain, here today on CNBC TV 18. Well, it is a quiz, but a quiz with a difference. TAPME has created this wonderful idea called Quiz on the Beach. So, ladies and gentlemen, the moment is set here today at the Quiz on the Beach. You've seen the beautiful Malpe Beach where this quiz is actually happening. Time for us to now take a look at who our 8 finalists are. With close to 600 odd teams from as many probably institutes taking part, it's truly a delight to have 8 outstanding finalists from literally the length and breadth of this country and of course Singapore and Dubai here today to face off at the mega final of Quiz on the Beach.
Quiz on the Beach.
On my near right, as our first finalist here today, we have with us Shivam Kumar and Jyotish from Gauhati University. Welcome to the two of you. Neighboring them as our second finalist here, well, the local boys, as you would possibly call them in Manipal, from Manipal Institute of Technology, Sailesh and Nabil. Welcome to you too. From right across the ocean towards the west of India, coming in from Dubai, we have BITS Pilani Dubai campus, Tejas and Krishna as our third finalist. Welcome to you guys. From right up in the north, from the city of the Nawabs, here today our Indian Institute of Management Lucknow, representing them, Dr. Soumyakant Das and Abhijit Singh. Welcome to you. On my near left, from not so far in a relative context, Bengaluru, we have with us Sriram and Pratik representing Christ University. Welcome to you guys. And from the far east, from where we are at this point in time on the Malpe Beach, Rohan Naidu, Shivam Bharadwaj representing NUS from Singapore. Welcome to you guys. And for the first time again in this big final, Ashoka University from Sonepat, representing them Mayuk and Anirban. Welcome to you too. Finally, yet again a first-time city in this quiz final explains the expanding reach of this quizzing entity, NIT Rourkela, representing them Nishant and Prathamesh. Fantastic. Time to get started with the first frontier of our battle here today. Time for the teams to take the lead. All questions will appear on your screens, so keep an eye on the screens. And if you are ready, all hands on the buzzer, eyes on the screen. The value of the first question coming up for you here today. We'll take a look at the value. Here we go. Oh, we start with the gold. High value first question. If you guys are ready, question 1 on your screen. Here we go. In a flash, NIT Rourkela have gone for it. Connect Intense. 2 brands on your screen.
These are the brand of deodorant from Mahendra Singh Dhoni. 7 being the jersey number for India which he wears.
7 is the jersey number of Mahendra Singh Dhoni. Connect and Intense are perfumes or deodorants and the brand which are now marketed by...
The company is Imami which he tied up.
The company is Imami.
Yeah.
And the brand is a tribute to Mahendra Singh Dhoni. Right. Put your hands together. Oh! Here's the next one. And the value is a silver. On your screen. Question coming up. Now, the success of any advertisement, whether of a business or political nature, depends on the consistency and the perseverance with which it is employed. This was an advice given by a famous world leader Obviously, not in English. It was an advice that was taken extremely seriously by Volkswagen. Volkswagen therefore introduced two words into their motto: consistency and perseverance. Whose advice is this? Singapore are giving it a go for a 60.
We'll go with Hitler for Volkswagen.
Adolf Hitler
Yeah.
spoke of the value of advertising and said whether it's business or political, it's consistency and perseverance. Singapore not even waiting for me to tell me they got it right. Plus 60, Adolf Hitler. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the battle here is far from over, but all the action on the other side of this break. We'll be back in just a moment. Stay with us. You're watching Quiz on the Beach. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You're with me, Big Brain, on CNBC TV 18. And you're watching the Quiz on the Beach as we go to the next one. The value is another gold. You got to give me an overall answer on this. It's only the overall answer that matters. It doesn't quite matter whether you figured out the paths in the question or not. It's lateral thinking in reality. And here it comes. Right, your answer is an outstanding individual. Bantam Books. Singapore are taking a chance at a gold value on that. It's a high risk.
Okay.
Virgin on your screen. Go ahead.
We are guessing Richard Feynman.
Richard Feynman is a minus 75. Someone else is on the buzzer. On my right, it's Gauhati University at a 75. Second attempt. Go ahead.
Stephen Hawking.
Stephen Hawking. Explain that to me.
So he uses a voice recognition device. So Intel provides that.
Intel gives him a voice recognition device.
Bantam Book published his books.
Bantam publishes Hawking books.
Caltech, he might graduate from Caltech.
He's a graduate. Okay, professor. Okay, go on. Virgin.
No idea on Virgin.
All right. The Virgin Galactic ship Unity was a name that was chosen by none less than Stephen Hawking. Oh, phenomenal quizzing. Here's the next one coming. The value is a silver. Hands on the buzzer. It's a long question. The company's research and development center in the United Kingdom employs 47 people currently. More than half of them doctorates who test material science. The center has a washing machine for experimenting. They've got 15 to 20 patents a year that they keep filing, and they work on what is called depth stripes that appear to move, and they work on a raised printing technique that never dries. Which company and what do they do? 60, Singapore.
Raised printing is usually on currency notes, so we are guessing Delaru.
Oh, raised printing is a technique that's used to print currency notes.
Yeah.
So you're guessing the company would be Delaru.
Yeah,
Do you know the name for the type of printing?
Intaglio or
Intaglio printing. Put your hands together. Oh, Singapore. High quality questions and a superb answer. They got a cracker on that one. As we go to the next one, hands on the buzzer. It's a gold question that's coming up. It's a term that means pick me up in Italian. Oh, they've given it a go. NIT from Rourkela. 75. Pick me up in Italian.
This is Tiramisu.
Tiramisu. Explain.
It's a dessert that means pick me up.
The meaning of the word tiramisu means pick me up.
Yes.
That's probably what they have written in Italian. They try to make it exuberant by making it sound odd. So actually it means wake me up.
It just means pick me up.
Pick me up.
Outstanding. 75, Rourkela. Here's the next one. And what do we got? Oh, we got another gold coming up on your screen. Here we go. Guwahati are off in a flash, even before I could say anything. Go ahead. What do you make of it?
He has won the Nobel Prize in Literature.
Giving you a fair chance. Go on. I need an answer. Can't hold any longer. Minus 75. Question for the teams before they choose to go for the buzzer. Identify. Well, all I said was identify. Go on.
This T.S. Eliot, who wrote the very famous musical Cats, which became the longest running, he wrote a collection of poetry called Old Possum's Collection about cats or something, which became Cats, the longest running musical on Broadway. So T.S. Eliot.
You're borrowing from them Nobel for Literature, you're saying T.S. Eliot
is the person in the picture.
Last 75! Oh, look at that cracker! Singapore! Alright, it's very early days in the quiz, but we'll take one quick look at the scores. QOTB quotient, 2 teams on 120 and 150. Leading this quiz with all that excitement is NIT from Rourkela and NUS from Singapore at this stage on 120. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You're with me, Big Brain, on CNBC TV 18. And you're watching the quiz on the beach. Early battle, 2 teams moving on, some teams gaining and losing. Guwahati doing that, of course, with 75 and losing that. Moving on to the second round of this quiz. Altitude matters. Here it comes. Okay. Bronze on your screen. Question coming up. Hands on the buzzer. Here we go. These are specific locations which have become extremely important. And Guwahati have gone for it on a 50.
So these are locations where RBI prints currency notes.
These are locations across India where RBI prints currency notes. And suddenly everyone's looking at these places for currency notes. Lovely. 50 to them. Okay, here's the next one. They're gaining back quickly. 75 on this. On your screen. Here we go. This is the favorite book of Korean businessman Shin Kyuk-ho. A famous company or brand started and got named after a character in this book, The Sorrows of Young Werther. Which famous brand are we talking about? On my left, Ashoka University for a 75.
I think this is Samsung.
Samsung.
Yeah.
Will give you a minus 75. Well, Samsung basically comes from 3 stars. That's what it means. Bangalore.
Is it Lotte? L-O-T-T-E.
L-O-T-T-E.
Lotte, the confectionery brand from Korea. I'm guessing this is the inspiration for that name.
There's a character in this fantastic book, and read it. It's a book that I have read. It's a character called Charolette. And from Charolette comes Lotte. Put your hands together for them. Brave quizzing. 75 to Bangalore. That's a fascinating answer to get Lotte absolutely right. Here's the next one. And what do we have? We've got another 75 coming on your screens now. At the stroke of midnight on 16th of January 1920, the national prohibition became a law in the United States. When half of United States businesses closed down, a company introduced refrigerated rail cars to the world, produced soft drinks, truck bodies and ice cream, and 25 other products till 1933. Today, we know this brand in a completely different business. Well, the refrigeration remains important for the brand. Someone's gone for it. It's Christ on my left.
Budweiser.
Budweiser.
Yeah.
Prohibition came in. They could not sell their
Yeah, so they couldn't sell alcohol, and then
They couldn't
got
sell alcohol, so they got into selling soft drinks, truck bodies,
and that's why the
ice
refrigeration
cream.
is still important.
Budweiser made ice creams.
I guess they made cars too, so
They made cars too for a point in time.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, absolutely. Budweiser. That is knowledge value for you. The next one is a silver. Coming up on your screen now. A term commonly used in the world of economics, classified by Harvard Business School. He's going for it.
My guess is National Happiness Index or something of that sort by Bhutan. So, based on the attire the person is wearing, I'm guessing he was one of the kings of Bhutan, the Wangchuk dynasty or something. And he coined the term, the concept of National Happiness Index.
Yeah, go on.
Essentially, he said like the amount of growth or development of a country is measured in its happiness and everything. It's not only about the monetary value of a country. Yeah. Happiness is one of the more important things for holistic
Said GDP does not matter. The national happiness of a country matters.
Holistic development of a country and something of that nature.
Harvard said if the world has to change, gross national happiness is an index to follow. From Bhutan to world economics, fantastic. 60. As we go to the next one, we got another silver coming on your screen now. Originally, the company wanted to make software for cameras. However, at the time when they were doing this, the camera market was not large enough, and cameras were likely to get absorbed by the smartphones in that era. The company decided to do something else. How do we know them? Ashoka University.
So I think the company here is Apple. So they decided cameras. Initially they thought they expand into cameras. Then they realized that that cameras eventually going to put into phones, and their stake is going to go. So they decided to go on the phone market, and they invented the iPhone.
So you're saying the answer for you is Apple. Minus 60. Rourkela are giving it a go. 60 if you get it right. Go ahead.
So this is Android Inc. So Android initially planned to make software for cameras, but they realized the camera market's not huge enough, so they went to make software for phone instead, and they released Android.
And then Google purchased it, of course.
Oh, your answer is the Android that all of us use was originally meant to be software for cameras. And they said there's no market for cameras in the world, so we'll make software for phones instead. Super quizzing. Here's the next one. And 75 coming up. Here we go. Who is the unlikely owner of this company? Strato Launch Systems. 75 Singapore.
Yeah, we are guessing it's one of the founders of Microsoft, Paul Allen.
Paul Allen. What does he do with Strato Launch?
It's the satellite launch system, Vulcan Enterprises and so on. So
it's a satellite launch systems company, etc., from the co-founder of Microsoft.
Paul Allen.
Paul Allen. Sensational. This is sensational quizzing. It's time for the teams to understand patience pays. Here it comes. All right. On to a first one, and the value on that first one is a silver. On your screens, here we go. Why is this bookstore in the news? They've gone for it on my right, MIT.
This is Amazon's offline bookstore. They curate the books based on what's popular online.
Oh. Amazon now has physical bookstores. It's no longer online, it's offline.
Yeah.
So the store is making noise because it's Amazon, which has a physical store. Fantastic. 60. Here's the next one. The value, a bronze. 50. How do we know this from the prisoners' lives of olden days? Prisoners in olden days were made to use this instrument? How do we know it in the modern world?
In the modern world, this is what we use as the exercise device, as a treadmill. So this is a very rudimentary treadmill that people are like walking on. You see the wheel, the big gear there, and they seem to be walking in position. So the modern version of this is the treadmill that people exercise on.
So why were prisoners made to work on this?
It could be that could be some sort of a turbine. So they're like maybe generating electricity or threshing corn, like the raw like kernels that you get. You put it here and then you like get finer kernels out of it.
Well, prisoners were given grains from mills around the prison. They were asked to tread it, hence the name tread mill. Put your hands together. Singapore are rocking. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been watching a riveting quiz on the beach from the Malpe beach at Manipal. But at this stage, we need to let you go today. And the next episode will tell you who's going to win this quiz. But for now, from me, Pig Brain, from all of us at CNBC TV 18, you are watching Quiz on the Beach. Keep watching for the next part of this episode.
Daphne presents Quiz on the Beach. Focus. Ideate. Innovate. Enable.